The magnitude of the x and y components of P bar are 7 and 6 given. Also, the magnitudes of x and y components of P bar plus Q bar are 11 and 9 respectively. What is the magnitude of Q? Okay, very good. Simple question it is. So it is given here that about magnitudes of, about the components of P bar. So what we can write for P bar here? P bar can be taken as 7 I cap plus 6 J cap only. X and Y components are given, so that it can be written as 7 I cap plus 6 J cap. And what is P bar plus Q bar? For P bar plus Q bar, it was given the components 11 and 9 respectively. That means 11 is X component, 9 is Y component. So 11 I cap plus 9 J cap. And they're asking us to calculate here magnitude of Q bar. So that means first you try to calculate Q bar only. Q bar in the sense, how can you calculate? P bar plus Q bar minus P bar. That gives Q bar only, na? So what is P bar plus Q bar value? 11 I cap plus 9 J cap minus P bar is 7 I cap minus 6 J cap. Finally, it will be 11I minus 7I. How much? 4 I cap plus 9 minus 6 is 3 J cap. But here the question is, it is about magnitude of Q bar. So magnitude of Q bar is root over X component square plus Y component square. Root over 16 plus 9 will be 25. Root 25 is equal to 5. And finally, it is 5 units. Question number 13. Maximum and minimum magnitudes of the resultant of two vectors of magnitudes P and Q are in the ratio 3:1. Two vectors are given whose magnitude and the magnitudes are in the ratio 3:1. Now, the maximum and minimum value of resultant is in the sense P plus Q and P minus Q. Maximum value of resultant is P plus Q. Minimum value of resultant is P minus Q. And which of the following relations is true there? First of all, we can know here P plus Q by P minus Q. That ratio is given 3:1. That is the information given in the question. Now, we can just take cross multiplication here. P plus Q equal to 3P minus 3Q. Then, when 3Q comes this side, 4Q equal to 2P. Then 2 and 2 will get cancelled. 2Q equal to P. So P equal to 2Q only, na? Simply the answer is the first option. Very good, Sahid. So here it is given. See the question clearly. Ratio of maximum and minimum of two vectors. Maximum is always P plus Q. Minimum is P minus Q. Based on that, we could solve this question. See, question number 14. Resultant of two vectors P bar and Q bar is inclined at 45 degrees to either of them. What is the magnitude of the result? So see here two vectors are taken. The resultant is making 45 degrees with both of them. That means both of them should make an angle 90 degrees. Na? And resultant should make an angle here 45 and 45. With this and also 45 with this. And this will be P and this will be Q only. Now, if two vectors are given and resultant is in the middle, if two vectors are given which are perpendicular, then what is the formula for resultant? Root over, what is the general formula for resultant? Root over P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. Since angle between the two vectors is 90 degrees, cos theta will become cos 90 will be 0. So then this factor will be 0. Then finally the resultant is root over p square plus q square. Understand? See the question number 15. Two forces, each of 20 Newton, act on a body at 120 degrees. The magnitude and direction of resultant. Okay, two forces are taken, both are having same magnitude here, 20 Newton only, and both are at an angle 120 degrees. I will just draw here the diagram for the given one. If this is one vector and this is the other vector, and what is the angle between the two vectors here? 120 degrees given. Here 120 degrees given. Then what about the resultant? What is the general formula according to parallelogram law of vectors? According to parallelogram law of vectors, resultant is nothing but root over
p square plus q square plus
2pq
plus theta.
In this particular case, p and q both are given same only, 20 only. So 20 square plus 20 square. That means 400 plus 400, how much?
800.
800 plus 2 into 20 into 20. 400. 400 into 200. This is also again 800
Cos
120. Cos 120 in the sense minus half only, na? 800 plus 800. Cos 120 value will be minus half. So that will be minus half in the sense 2 400s. Minus 800 minus 400 root 400. So the resultant is again
20.
root 400 will be again 20 Newton. So that the resultant for this particular case is again 20 Newton.
20 newtons.
Okay. The resultant of two forces, 2p and p root 2, is p root 10. The angle between the forces is. So again, the similar formula I can use according to parallelogram law of vectors. What is the formula here? Again, r equal to
root
p square plus
root over p square plus
Q
square plus
q square
2
plus 2
2pq
cos
q
theta.
cos theta.
This is the resultant of two vectors in terms of magnitude and angle. And of course, resultant is already given. What is that?
p root.
Better you take one thing. R square I will take. R square can be written as p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta only. Na? Now I will substitute. In place of r square, resultant r is p root 10.
p root
R square is p square into 10 equal to first vector is 2p, na? So first vector square is
4p square.
Second vector square p root 2 whole square means 2p square
2p square
plus 2 into p into q, and 2 into first vector into second vector. 2 into root 2, how much? 4 root 2 into p square cos theta. 4p square plus 2p square will be 6p square only, na?
Yes.
If 6p square goes to the left side, it will be 10p square minus 6p square. How much? 4p square equal to 4 root 2 p square cos theta. P square and p square will get cancelled. 4 and 4 also will get cancelled. Then what is cos theta? 1 by root 2. Cos theta is 1 by root 2, where only when theta is equal to
45 degrees.
45 degrees only. Na? So the angle between them will be 45 degrees. Question. The value of m, if I cap plus 2j cap plus minus 3k cap is parallel to 3 I cap plus m j cap minus 9 k cap. Two vectors were given. Those two are given parallel to each other. Parallel in the sense direction should be same only. If the directions are same, then you see here, there is one condition that the ratio of x components, the ratio of x components always equal to ratio of y components equal to ratio of z components. Okay, because when two vectors are parallel, maybe their magnitudes are different. But if they are parallel, definitely the ratio of the components should be same. X2 by x1, y2 by y1, z2 by z. Okay. Now, what is x2 by x1 here? X2 means the x component of second vector. X1 in the sense x component of first vector. What is the ratio then?
3 by 1.
I
Anybody?
cap by 3.
3 by 1. You
1.
have to see only the components, not the I cap and J cap. Next, y2 by y1 will be
M
M
by
by
2.
2.
very good, m by 2. And z2 by z1 will be,
Minus
Minus
9 by
9 by
3.
minus 3.
of course, minus and minus will get cancelled. So you can equate here 3 by 1 equal to m by 2. Na? Then by taking cross multiplication, what is m?
M equals to 6.
M equal to 6 only. So the value of m will be 6 only.
Yes. Sir.
According to Lamis theorem, if three forces are acting, F1, F2 and F3, three forces are acting in different directions on same body, and if the resultant force acting on the body is 0, then only this condition is applicable. And if the resultant force acting on that is 0, then in that condition you can write the first force and sine of angle between two other forces equal to second force by sine of angle between two other forces, and third force by sine of angle between two other forces. So this condition is satisfied in this particular given case only, and this is called as Lamis theorem. So the question number 19. Two light strings of length 4 centimeters and 3 centimeters are tied to a body of weight 500 gram. Okay, I will just show you the diagram here. That a mass of 500 gram is taken here, whose mass is 500 gram. The free ends of both strings are tied to pegs in the same horizontal line and separated by 5 centimeters. Then the ratio of tension in the longer string to that in the shorter string. Okay. Here diagram should be given. Some angles are nothing given for this. Okay. So diagram should be given here. Ratio of tensions only they're asking. Question number 20. Two forces F1 and F2 are acting at a point whose resultant is F. If F2 is doubled, F is also doubled. If F2 is reversed, then also F is doubled. Then F1 is to F2 is to F1. So some information given for the relation between forces and resultant, and you have to find out here the ratio of F1, F2 and F1. Okay. First of all, according to the information given in the first, the resultant of two forces F1 and F2 is F only. No? So what we write here, first equation we can write here that resultant square equal to F1 square plus F2 square plus 2 F1 F2 cos theta. Okay. And second one is, if F2 is doubled, F2 is doubled in the sense The second vector magnitude is doubled there. Then resultant force is doubled given. F becomes how much then? 2F. F1 square is in the same way, but F2 becomes double. That means 2F2 whole square plus 2F1 into, in place of F2 you have to write 2F2 cos theta. So you can write here 4F square equal to F1 square plus 4F2 square plus 4F1 F2 cos theta. This is the information given in case of second one. And next one, if F2 is reversed, then also F is doubled. F2 is reversed, F is doubled again in the sense 4F square. This is equal to F1 square plus F2 is reversed in the sense F1 square plus F2 square minus 2F1 F2 cos theta. Okay, these are the relations given in the question. This is the relation for the first one. This is the relation second one, and this is third one. By solving just these equations, you have to finally find out the ratio of F1 is to F2 is to F1. How can you solve this? Anybody can tell how to solve these equations to get ratio of F1, F2 and F? You can just get the relation for F1 and F, F2 and F separately. If you get, then it will be easy only.
On adding 1 and 3 equations.
By adding 1 and 3 equations, okay, I will add here. Add equations 1 and 3. Okay, then what will be the answer by adding 1 and 3? So F square plus 4F square, how much? On left side you will have 5F square. And F1 square plus F1 square,
2F1 square.
2F1 square plus 2F2 square, and 2F1 F2 cos theta will be cancelled. Okay, then you just got the relation for F square, F1 square and F2 square only, no? Okay, and any other? Again, to get the similar relation, any other two can be added. Now, you just do one thing. In the second equation, there is 4F1 F2 cos theta. In the third equation, there are minus 2F1 F2 cos theta. You better multiply the second vector with 2 and add second and third. Add second equation and 2 into third equation. Understand? So second equation is this one, 2 into third equation. Then you see that. So 4F square, 2 into 4F square is 8F square. Totally how much? 12F square equal to, and F square plus 2F square. How much? 3F1 square plus 4F2 square plus 2F2 square. Totally 6F2 square. 4F1 F2 cos theta, if you multiply with 2 minus 4F1 F2 cos theta, both of them will be cancelled. So by dividing it with 3 everywhere, you just will get 4F square equal to F1 square plus 2F2 square. Let me consider this is equation number 4 and this is equation number 5. Then you can just eliminate here either F1 or F2. You can eliminate here from these two equations now. by solving second equation, fourth equation, fifth equation. That means if you just do 4 minus 5, equation 4 minus equation 5, what will be the answer then? 5f minus 4f, 5f square minus 4f square will be
Square.
f square
F
equal
square.
to 2f square minus f1 square equal
F1
to
F1 square.
f1 square, 2f2 square minus 2f2 square, 0 only, na? That means what is f square equal to?
F1 square.
f1 square we got. That means f and f1 both are same only, na?
Yes,
So the
sir.
first relation f equal to f1 you can get. And by solving same equations 4 and 5, you can eliminate f1. Then you will get the relation for f and f2. How can you eliminate f1? Here 2f1 square is there, here f1 square is there. You multiply the fifth equation with the 2 and subtract equation 4 minus equation 5. Okay? Then you will get here, we'll just write here. Just so. What will be the answer then? Equation 4 minus 2 into equation 5. Correct only? So see here, equation 4 is 5f square minus double of 4f square, 8f square. 5 minus 8 will be minus 3f square equal to 2f1 square minus double of this 2f1 square, 0. 2f2 square minus double of this one, this will be minus 2f2 square. Minus and minus will get cancelled. So f square equal to how much then? 2 by 3 f2 square. Okay. Now you just have to get the relation for f is to f1 is to f2 only the question. No.
Is to
f1 is to
F2 is to
f2
F.
is to f. That I will get. f1 is to f2 is to f4. We can write in term all, it's better write in terms of f only. In terms of f1, what you write? F only. In terms of f2, we can write
3.
3 by 2.
3 by 2.
f2 square. 3 by 2 f square. That means root 3 by 2. It is in terms of square only, na? Root 3 by 2 f is to f only. F will be cancelled everywhere. So what is the ratio here finally? 1 is to root 3 by 2 is to 1. So in ratio, generally we don't take anything in the denominator. So multiply everything with root 2. So you will get here root 2 is to root 3 is to root. Answer will be root 2 is to root 3 is to root. That is the answer for the given one. Question number 21. Two forces each equal to F act as shown in figure. The resultant is simply two equal forces given, angle is given 6 degrees between them. Then you have to calculate the resultant by using the simple relation from parallelogram law of vectors only. What is the formula here? R square equal to
P square Q square plus
P square plus Q square
Plus 2
plus
P
2PQ cos theta. And both are same. F square
Plus
plus
F
F square plus 2 into F into F
cos 60.
and cos 60. Cos
1
60
by
will be half only, na?
half.
2F square plus 2F square into half only. That will be 2 into 2 will be 2 and 2 will be cancelled here. Totally 3F square.
Yes, sir.
So R square is 3F square. Then the resultant is root 3 into F. Resultant R is nothing but root 3 into F. Simple question, direct substitution. Read the question. Two vectors of equal magnitude P, both are having a same magnitude P, are inclined at some angle such that difference in magnitude of resultant difference in magnitude of resultant and magnitude of either of the vectors is 0.732 times either of the magnitude of vectors. I will write here the given information here. Two vectors are given, both are having same magnitude p only. How the resultant was given? The difference between resultant minus either of the vector, that value was given how much? 0.732 times of either of the vector in the sense p. This is given. So then what we can write for r then? 0.732 p plus p.
plus
P is taken common. 1 plus 0.732, that is 1.732. This is nothing but root 3 value only, na? So resultant is root 3 into p.
3.
Okay. And the remaining part of the question. Now, a resultant is root 3 into p between the same vectors in the sense, you can calculate, that is theta is 60 degrees only. Let me consider theta is the angle there. If the angle between them increased by half of its initial value, angle between them is increased by half of its initial value. That means if here the angle is theta, then what happened in the second case? In the second case, angle is theta plus theta by 2. How much it will be? 3 theta by 2. Find the magnitude of difference of the vectors. And again, you have to calculate the difference of the vectors again. Then what is the difference of two vectors here? General formula for resultant r is equal to root over, what is the formula? First vector square plus second vector
six.
square. Difference we are taking. So minus 2 p square cos 3 theta by 2. So p square plus p square is 2p square. The 2p square is taken common. Then root over 2p square into 1 minus cos 3 theta by 2. And this is equal to. So if 2p square comes outside, that is root 2p. 1 minus cos 3 theta by 2 given, na? Then it will be this 2 sin square theta only. 2 sin square theta by 2. That will be 3 theta by 4. And we know that. What is 2 sin square theta? 2 sin square theta by 2 is nothing but 1 minus cos 2 theta. Cos theta. 1 minus cos theta is 2 sin square theta by 2. Based on that, we have it. So this will be 2 root 2p sin square 3 theta by 4 only. So this is the answer for the given question. All of you understand?
Yes, sir.
They're asking here that first of all, we have calculated r equal to root 3 into p. So in that case, theta value also you can theta value also you can find out. What is that? R is equal to, here you can write r equal to root over p square plus 2 p square cos theta. Then r value is root 3p only, na? Then by substituting, by taking square on both sides, 3p square equal to p square plus 2p square cos theta. If you just solve this, 2p square into 1 plus cos theta, that is 2 sin square theta by 2. Then if we just solve this, 3 by 2 will be 3 by 4 will be there. Sin square theta by 2 will be 3 by 4. Sin square theta will be root 3 by 2. Then if you solve this, just you will get the answer theta equal to 60 degrees. Okay. That 60 degrees value you can substitute here. Okay, the method I explained clearly here. Okay. So one more simple way also you can solve. If theta is 60 degrees, we got here. Here theta is 60. We had increased theta plus theta by 2. How much it will be then? 90 degrees only, na? If it is 90 degrees, what will be the answer then for the two vectors? I will write this. In values, simply you can solve this. Okay, if theta is 90 degrees, what they're asking, r minus p only, the magnitude of difference of two vectors. What is the resultant here then? Resultant will be root over p square plus p square. How much it will be? Root over 2p square, that is root 2p. They're asking here r minus p only. So that will be how much? Resultant is root 2p minus p. So that is root 2 minus 1. Root 2 is 1.414. Na? So finally it is 0.414 p. And the answer will be 0.41 p also you can write.